Yes, chapter 5, accounting equation, question number 1. It is a very interesting chapter. What will be the effect of the following on the accounting equation? This is how we make the accounting equation. We know that accounting equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. So this is the format we will be making: serial number, transactions, and then assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. The first transaction given to us is started business with cash 45,000. So what will be the effect on the assets? Cash is increasing, cash is an asset. So 45,000 in the column of cash. Then liabilities, it has no effect on liabilities, and we have started the business with cash 45,000. So it is our capital. So we have included it into capital 45,000. Now we will make this equation: 45,000 is equal to 45,000. Then coming to the second transaction. In the second transaction, what they have told us is opened a bank account with a deposit of rupees 4,500. We have deposited 4,500 rupees into the bank. Cash we have deposited into the bank, and we have opened a bank account. So bank is also an asset. Bank balance is increasing by 4,500, so plus 4,500 in the column of bank. But we have deposited cash, so cash is going out. So cash is decreasing. We have decreased the cash, minus 4,500 in the column of cash. And this transaction has no effect on liabilities and no effect on capital. So what will be our new equation? 45,000 minus 4,500, 40,500 plus 4,500 in the bank column, and then no effect on liabilities, and simply we will carry down 45,000 from the capital 45,000. Now coming to the third transaction. The third transaction says that bought goods from Messrs Son and Company for 11,200. When it is not written bought goods for cash and the name of the supplier is given, so we will consider it as a credit transaction, as a credit purchase. Bought goods from Messrs Son and Company on credit for 11,1200. So when we have purchased goods, goods is our asset, stock is our asset, current asset. So stock is increasing by 11,200. Then in the column of liabilities, we need to pay money to Messrs Son and Company after a period of time, whatever the agreed period of time we have fixed. So Messrs Son and Company is given. Messrs Son and Company is our creditor. Creditor is our liability. So 11,1200 in the column of liabilities is increasing. We will find out the new equation. In the new equation, the total will be cash 40,500, bank 4,500, stock 11,200 is equal to liabilities 11,200 plus 45,000 capital. And if we will add all these things, it will come equal to liabilities plus capital. So assets will always be equal to liabilities plus capital. This is how we will be observing the effect of the transactions on assets and liability. Clear? This question is clear to everyone? Now some students who have already done the chapter, they must be thinking that, ma'am, do we need to make this subheads like cash, bank, stock, and in the column of creditors also in further questions there will be more subheads. You can simply do it like this: assets is equal to liabilities plus capital, and you need not make the subheads if you want. Both the methods are correct. Any problem in question number 1? Please ask. Okay. So I'm moving to question number 2. Question number 2 says make the accounting equation. Again, we have made the same format, and now you will be giving answers. First transaction is Gopinath started business with cash 25,000. Yes, Aditya, you give me the answer. What is the effect? Aditya, no other student will be giving answer. Let me ask one by one from all of you. Yes, Aditya, what is happening here? No. Okay, Bhavarth, you give me the answer. Gopinath started business with cash.
And cash with 25,000 for capital.
वेरी गुड कैश इंक्रीज हो रहा है 25,000 से क्योंकि उसने बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया है तो उसने वो कैश लेकर आया 25,000 का और कैश असेट्स हैं तो हमने 25,000 एसेट्स में लिख दिए और कैपिटल हुआ ये तो ठीक है वेरी गुड नाउ सेकेंड ट्रांजेक्शन Aviral will tell me about second transaction purchase goods from Sham. Aviral, are you there? Okay, second transaction will be answered by Subhanshi. Subhanshi, tell me the second transaction.
We will add the goods 10,000 in the stock and liability because Sam is a creditor. Hello, ma'am.
Okay, Subhanshi, very good. Yes, Subhanshi, I was on mute so that your voice is clear. Whenever you are giving the answer, I go on mute because either you can speak or I can speak. Okay, your answer
Okay,
is
ma'am.
correct. That stock is increasing and we have purchased goods from Sham. Here it is not written purchase goods for cash. That is why we will consider it as a credit transaction because the name is coming. So Sham is our creditor, Sham is our liability. So 10,000 will be increased in the column of liabilities. Then third transaction. Raghav, you give me answer for the third transaction. Sold goods to Sohan costing rupees 1800 for 1500. गुड्स का कॉस्ट प्राइस है 1800 और उसका सेलिंग प्राइस है 1500 सो व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट
मैम पहले क्योंकि कॉस्ट प्राइस 1500 इसलिए स्टॉक में से माइनस कर देंगे 1500 और सोहन क्योंकि हमारा डेटर हो गया इसलिए डेटर में ऐड करेंगे 1500 स्टॉक सॉरी 1800 का था इसलिए वहाँ से माइनस करेंगे और प्रॉफिट 300 का हुआ इसलिए कैपिटल में ऐड हो जाएगा
ओके राघव हियर लिसन एवरीवन यहाँ पर जो हमारे गुड्स हैं गुड्स हमारे 1800 के हैं हमने 1800 के गुड्स सेल करे हैं तो हमारे स्टॉक से 1800 चला गया 1800 के गुड्स हमने सेल कर दिए सेल करने के बाद हमारे पास उसके लिए कैश कितना आ रहा है हमारे पास कैश नहीं आ रहा है हमारे पास डेटर्स हैं कैश में लिखा नहीं है तो हमारे डेटर्स कितने से बढ़ रहे हैं हमारे डेटर्स 1500 से बढ़ रहे हैं हमने गुड्स 1500 की सेल कर दी और वो गुड्स थी 1800 की और हमने सेल 1500 में कर दी है मतलब हमें लॉस हो गया है 300 का जो लॉस है वो 300 का हम कहाँ से माइनस करेंगे कैपिटल से माइनस करेंगे नाउ क्लियर 1800 के हमने गुड्स सेल करे गुड्स का हमारे पास कॉस्ट प्राइस क्या था हमें उसकी कॉस्टिंग कितनी थी 1800 की तो हमने स्टॉक में से 1800 माइनस कर दिया और उसके बाद जो गुड्स हैं हमने सेल करे हैं 1500 में मतलब कि जो डेटर है जिसको हमने सेल करे हैं परचेजर वो हमें 1500 रुपीज पे करेगा फ्यूचर में तो हमने डेटर्स को इंक्रीज कर लिया 1500 से पर क्योंकि गुड्स थे 1800 के और हमने सेल 1500 में करे मतलब हमें लॉस हुआ है 300 का तो वो लॉस हम कहाँ से चार्ज करेंगे उस लॉस को हम प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट से चार्ज करेंगे और उसकी वजह से अल्टीमेटली हमारी जो कैपिटल है वो 300 से कम हो रही है इसलिए हमने कैपिटल में से 300 माइनस करा और उसके बाद हमने फिर से न्यू इक्वेशन कैलकुलेट कर ली 25,000 10,000 minus 1800 8200 1500 is equal to 10,000 plus 24,700 हर एक ट्रांजेक्शन के बाद हम क्या करते हैं ये ट्रांजेक्शन लिखी इसका इफेक्ट लिखा उसके बाद हम यहाँ पर ये न्यू इक्वेशन बना देते हैं फिर से हम उस सेकेंड ट्रांजेक्शन का इफेक्ट लिखते हैं, फिर सारा टोटल करते हैं, फिर न्यू इक्वेशन बना देते हैं, ठीक है। Now the third transaction, now the fourth transaction is Gopal withdrew from business. Yes, Disha, give me the answer for this. Gopal withdrew from business. What does it mean? गोपाल विड्रू फ्रॉम बिजनेस का मतलब है कि गोपाल ने ड्राइंग्स करी हैं बिजनेस में से, ठीक है। अब गोपाल ने जब ड्राइंग्स करी हैं बिजनेस में से, गोपाल ने अपने पर्सनल यूज के लिए मनी बिजनेस से निकाल लिए, तो वो उसकी ड्राइंग्स हैं, तो ड्राइंग से एक तो कैश कम होगा, उसने बिजनेस से कैश निकाला, तो कैश में से 5000 माइनस कर दिया हमने, और जो ड्राइंग्स हैं उसकी वजह से उसकी कैपिटल भी लेस होगी, सो वी हैव डिडक्टेड 5000 फ्रॉम द कैपिटल. Effect of this transaction is 5000 deducted from cash and 5000 deducted from capital. So what will be the new equation? 25,000 minus 5,000, 20,000. 8,200 as it is, 1,500 as it is, we will carry down. 10,000 as it is, we will carry down, and 24,700 minus 5,000, it will come equal to 19,700. Clear about this? Any questions? If you have any doubts, please ask me. Don't feel shy. Your voice is not coming. What do you want to ask? Please type your query. Okay, going to question number 3. Question number 3 says that,
मैम
yes beta,
मैम जैसे कभी एडवांस मिलता है तो उसकी एंट्री
question number 3, transaction number 1. Question number 3, first transaction, very simple. Started business with cash. Again, I am increasing 50,000 in the cash and 50,000 in the capital. I have started the business with cash, so 50,000 cash is coming into the business and my capital invested is 50,000. So my equation is 50,000 is equal to 50,000. Now second transaction is salaries paid rupees 2,000. I have paid salaries of rupees 2,000. So cash is decreasing by 2,000 and salary is an expense. It will be charged in the profit and loss account. So it is decreasing my capital. So 2,000 minus from cash and 2,000 minus from capital. Whatever income will be there, I will be adding that income to capital, and if expenses are there, I will be deducting expenses from capital. If profit is there, I will be adding profit in the capital, and if losses are there, I will be deducting losses from the capital. So salaries paid 2,000 minus from cash and 2,000 minus from capital as expense. Then third point is wages outstanding. Wages outstanding means that wages have become due but I have not paid that in cash. Wages due हो गई हैं, मुझे वर्कर को wages देनी है पर मैंने दी नहीं है. मैंने नहीं दी है तो वो मेरे लिए liability है, फ्यूचर में मुझे देनी है, that is an outstanding expense. तो मैंने उसको outstanding expense में liabilities में कॉलम बनाया outstanding expense और उसमें 200 ऐड कर दिया. बट अकॉर्डिंग टू एक्रूअल बेसिस ऑफ अकाउंटिंग वो 200 रुपीज कौन से ईयर का एक्सपेंस है, इसी ईयर का एक्सपेंस है, सो आई विल माइनस दैट फ्रॉम कैपिटल एज एन एक्सपेंस. Then fourth point is interest due but not paid. Again the same point, interest due हो गया है, मुझे interest pay करना है पर मैंने कैश में पे नहीं करा है.
Ma'am, please allow Subhanshu to enter.
Now interest due but not paid. Interest has become due but I have not paid it in cash. So it is a liability for me. It is an outstanding expense. I need to pay it in future. So outstanding expense in the liabilities column, I will add it. And then it is an expense. According to accrual basis of accounting, it will be charged as an expense in this year only. So minus 100 from capital, plus 100 in the liabilities because it is an outstanding expense, and minus 100 from capital because it is an expense of this year. Then the last entry is rent paid in advance. I have paid rent in advance. Prepaid expenses are my assets. I can always ask from the receiver that give it back to me till the due date. That is why it is an asset for me, whatever advances I pay. So when I have paid rent in advance, the effect is on cash, that I have paid cash of 150 rupees. And another effect is that it is a prepaid expense, and prepaid expenses are assets. So I will make one more column of prepaid expenses or advance expenses, and I will add 150 to that. So this will be the effect. Clear about it? Now you ask your questions, whatever you want to ask from this.